everyone, especially to my beloved instructor, Sir Ryan Labrador. Good morning to you, sir. Here I am, Marjorie Lucasan Ayok, Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. For this video, I am going to discuss the three greatest mathematicians. First is Augustus De Morgan. Second would be Arthur Cayley. And the third is John Venn. So, let's start. Augustus De Morgan. Augustus De Morgan was born on June 27, 1806 in Madurai, India. Died on March 18, 1871 in London, England. Augustus De Morgan is an English mathematician and logician whose major contributions to the study of logic include the formulation of De Morgan's laws and work leading to the development of the theory of relations and the rise of modern symbolic. De Morgan's theorem, or T12, is a particularly powerful tool in digital design. Why? Because theorem explains that the complement of the product of all the terms is equal to the sum of the complement of each term. Likewise, the complement of the sum of all the term is equal to the product of the component of each term. And the contribution of Augustus De Morgan is he also contributed to a philosophical society at Cambridge with 4 memoirs on basis of algebra and 4 on formal logic. His best known works in algebra include trigonometry and double algebra, which was published in 1849. His work, we can call this Budget of Paradoxes, is one of his most distinctive works. Next, Augustus De Morgan is a British person, or known for De Morgan's laws, De Morgan algebra, relation algebra, and the last is universal algebra. Fields. He is a mathematician and logician. Augustus De Morgan, he was the father of William De Morgan. His father was Lieutenant Colonel John De Morgan in 1772 and died in 1816, who held various appointments in the service of the East India Company. And also, the mother of Augustus De Morgan is Elizabeth Dodson, born on 1776 and died in 1856, was a descendant of James Dodson, who computed a table of anti-logarithms, or that is, the numbers corresponding to exact logarithms. So, like I said, the mother of Augustus De Morgan was a descendant of James Dodson. So when we say descendant, it's just like kaapu-apuhan na ni James Dodson, si Elizabeth Dodson. Second would be Arthur Cayley. Arthur Cayley. Arthur Cayley, born on August 16, 1821 at Richmond, Surrey, England. Died on January 26, 1895 in Cambridge, or Cambridgeshire. Arthur Cayley was an English mathematician and leader of the British School of Pure Mathematics that emerged in the 19th century. Although Cayley was born in England, but his first 7 years were spent in South. So, his contributions. Cayley made important contributions to the algebraic theory of curves and surfaces, group theory, linear algebra, graph theory, combinatorics, and elliptic functions. He formularized the theory of matrices. Among Cayley's most important papers were his series of 10 memoirs on quantics in 1854 to 1878. His father, Henry Cayley, was a distant cousin of Sir George Cayley. So, the father of Arthur Cayley was magpinsan pala sila ni George Cayley. Pero ito ay malayo na sila na magpinsan or lagyo na sila. And also, George Cayley was the aeronautics engineer innovator and descended from an ancient Yorkshire family. His mother was Maria Antonia Doughty, the daughter of William Doughty. His brother was the linguist Charles Bagot Cayley. Arthur Cayley is a British person, known for algebraic geometry, group theory, Cayley-Hamilton theorem, and Cayley-Dickson construction. Third is John Venn. John Venn. John Venn, born on August 4, 1834 in Kingston upon Hull, England, died on April 4, 1923 in Cambridge. John Venn was an English logician and philosopher best known as the inventor of diagrams, or known as Venn diagrams, for representing categorical propositions and testing the validity of categorical syllogisms. The English logician John Venn popularized the diagram in the 1880s. He called them Eulerian circles after the Swiss mathematician Leonhard Euler, who created similar diagrams in the 1700s. Venn extended both mathematical logic and is best known to mathematicians and logicians for his diagrammatic way of representing sets and their unions and intersections. He considered three best are. Number 1 is SR, number 2 SRS, and number 3 is T, as typical subsets of a set U. John Venn introduced his Venn diagrams, which become a useful tool in set theory. George Boole formularized symbolic logic and the mathematical analysis of logic, defining what is now called Boolean algebra. Boole's work lays the foundation of computer logic. Next is John Venn. John Venn was an English logician and philosopher noted for introducing the Venn diagrams, used in the fields of set theory, probability, logic, statistics, computation mathematics, and computer science. In 1866, Venn published The Logic of Chance, a groundbreaking book which espoused the frequency theory of probability, offering that probability should be determined by how often something is forecast through occurs as opposed to assumptions. Venn then further developed George Boole's theories in the 1881 work Symbolic Logic, where he highlighted what would become known as Venn diagrams. The parents of John Venn is Martha Skies, her mother, of course, and Rev. Henry Venn, his father, who was the rector of the parish of Dry Ponds. And that's all, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to my discussion, and also thank you so much for watching my videos. I really hope that you get a little bit learn in my discussion. I know that I didn't explain it further, but I really hope that you get a little bit learn. So that's all. Thank you. Time to